What most people don't know about Instacart is, to me, Instacart is one of the best gig type of things that you can do. Because I've done Uber, I've done Lyft. Those are pretty good if you want a lot of short trips mixed between with some longer ones for the most part. I mean, it can be super good, but I feel like for the same amount of money I just made with Instacart, it takes literally all day, the entire day, all the way till the nighttime into the late nighttime to make exactly what I would make with Instacart, which is about between $250 to $275 per day, working from, let's just say, when do I start? My first trip is at 10 a.m., which is a Costco drop. So 10 a.m. and then I get off around 7:30, which is quite some time, for real. It's almost 10 hours for sure. But at the same time, you know, I get exactly what I want out of the deal. So I want $250 to $275 per day. That pays for the lifestyle, that pays for everything I need to pay for, such as this car that I'm in. I rented a car. Speaking of that, I do have to pay that tonight. I totally forgot, I spaced it to pay my car payment. My rental payment, I should say. So I do have to actually pay 3 payments at once because I pay daily. I have the option to pay weekly, but I like to pay daily just because I can just minus the $29 it took for today to send it out. 29, 20. And it does add up, but at the same time, I don't have to worry about the maintenance. I only got to worry about is putting gas in this and going. And it's a brand new car. It literally has less than 10,000 miles on it, which is amazing. So that I would definitely 100% suggest, if you're going to do this, to rent a car, because you're going to run your car into the ground for sure. I drive anywhere between 175 to 250 miles per day. Okay, just letting you know. So in the time, I do a lot of drives. But with like, let's just say Uber Eats or especially DoorDash, I'll have a lot of super short trips for $5 to $10 to $15, when instead with Instacart, I'll have anywhere between 10 to 20 to 30, all the way up to the highest trip I've gotten, which was $87. No matter how high the trip is, you equate to the same amount of money at the end of the day, which is about $250 to $275. $286 is the exact amount I've ever made. I've never made higher than that, $286. And that was literally, like, that time it was literally all the entire day completely, and all the way up until about 9 p.m. because usually around like 8:30, all the trips like shut off. And what I mean by that is, like, there's a map on here that shows you all the stores that are kind of popular right now with the most orders, and a lot of those ones start to fall off the later you get. So let's just say Fry's, which would be Kroger in some areas, or even Ralph's in some areas. Fry's on my area closes at 10:30, 11 o'clock, depends on which one you're at, but most of them close at 10:30. So the ones at 10:30, for some reason, past 8:30, it's almost impossible to get a trip. And if you do get a trip, it's going to be like $8 for 3 items, $6 for 2 items, things like that. And then you'll have alcohol runs at the end of the day that do the same exact thing. So to me, it's actually worth it to do those small trips if they're like worth it. Like if I can do 3 in a row, 3 $8 trips, that's 8, 16, that's $24 in that 1 hour. That didn't even take an hour. Usually it'd take probably about like 30, 40 minutes. And then if I can fit one more in there, that would put me at 32. So if you start doing those at 8:30, they come in back to back. Once you deny the first one and just let it blow by, it's like it's hard to get another trip. The next thing you know, you're just waiting around. I'm a diamond Instacart person, so I don't wait around. And the longest I'll ever wait was probably about 20, 30 minutes. And the only reason why that happens is sometimes I'll park at a store. Like I'll have Costco and I'll say, today I'm only going to do Costco. And when you do that, you get other trips from other stores, you're just not taking them. You're getting Costco only stores, which can be beneficial. But when it hits Friday for some reason is not as beneficial as like maybe a Monday or a Tuesday for me in my market. But you learn these things the more often you're out there. But if you're just starting, it's going to be a lot of waiting around in your car, and it's going to be hard to do. That means you're going to have to do the small trips, the big trips, the not so worth it trips, all those trips just to get to the diamond level to be able to enjoy more and more trips that I enjoy every single day. So to anyone who's thinking about starting Instacart or wanting to start Instacart, For a lot of your guys' markets, whether it's busy, big, small, whatever market it is, there is a waiting list right now. So that means you need to get in where you fit in. Sign up for the waiting list. It took me about 2.5, 3 weeks to get approved on my end over here, but I have a much bigger market. I'm in Arizona. It's a huge market out here. Now, if I was in like backwoods Louisiana, it might take a lot longer. It might take 2 or 3 months for this to open up for you. But sign up. The only people that didn't call me back from signing up would be Grubhub. I can't stand it. I got approved for Grubhub, ready to go, and then they're like, "Hey, you're on the wait list. We'll let you know." Then they told me that I was ineligible to join because due to inactivity. That means I wasn't logging into the app every day seeing if I'm approved. Am I approved? Am I approved? Can I go? Can I go? No, I'm not that guy. Like, you're gonna send me an email when it's done. That's what you said. We will contact you. Me going back to the app and checking back every 2 or 3 days is not doing what you said to do, which is wait until you contact me via email, phone call, text message, something. So Grubhub is not the place anyways. Of all the videos I've watched online, no one's ever successful with Grubhub. I honestly think Grubhub is going out. I don't know. I'm not really sure. No one talks about Grubhub. When I go to these doors and stuff of these restaurants, I don't see any Grubhub signs. The only signs I see are DoorDash or Uber Eats. That's it. So I think that's what the market is. I just don't think they're approving any drivers because that is what it is. Another thing I wanted to try was Spark. But with Spark, what I noticed is a lot of people that I've seen doing on YouTube, they really don't they don't make a lot of money and they don't get a lot of good trips. And there's a lot more bots on there. And what I mean by bots is that there's physically a bot that will auto accept whatever parameter you set. So if you're like, hey, I only want $50 orders, every time a $50 order comes up, it'll just click it immediately and hit accept. Like immediately, like boom, but quicker than any human finger. So it's like the bots versus the bots. And if you don't believe me, you can literally Google it. Put whatever app, Grubhub, Instacart, DoorDash, Spark, whatever one you want to put, and put the word bot afterwards. And there's always a bot for, usually it's only like main 3 services for all of those services. Like there's like 3 main bots for all of those services. And I don't personally use a bot because Instacart says that they have an official team looking for people who are using bots, and they will deactivate you immediately. I don't have time for that. I don't want to have time for that, you know? Like I said, I believe in God and God will provide. So I'm not going to just sit here and try and cheat the system. I'm going to do things the right way. I'm going to do it how it needs to be done so I can always keep doing it until I move on to the next thing. You see what I'm saying? So I need it for right now. I need to be able to do what I'm doing, which is, you know, work an X amount of hours and have a Sunday off and get to spend time with my family on the Sundays. And I get it. Like, I would love to spend time. Like, you know, okay, I know I'm rambling right now. I watched a YouTuber and he was talking about how, he's like, I like running around with my family in the car. Okay, well, I'm not sure what state you live in, but in this state that I'm in, it's extremely hot. So yes, this does cool down, but for one, I'm gonna have to always have the car on. For two, I don't want my son that's almost 5 years old to be trapped in a car seat this entire time, you know, or trapped in the car where he can't run and jump and play. All because I want my family with me. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. So I was like looking at it like, why would you even? And then he's cutting nights short because of the fact that he's like, well, I gotta have time to, you know, to hang out with my wife and my kids. Do you think your wife and kid want to see you if you guys get kicked out? If you guys get evicted? Like, my God, bro, this is his only gig too. And they're complaining about having money and all this other stuff. It's because of your bad habits of overspending, but also the bad habit of not doing what you need to do when the time is getting it done. I communicate with my wife. I say, hey, I could definitely cut nights shorter, but we're looking to get out of debt. So if I don't go come out here and do as much as possible out here, this debt's still gonna be there, and this rent's still gonna be here. Everything's still gonna be here. So let me go out here and we can just sacrifice. We've been together for over 5 years, okay? And we've known each other for over 10 years, including the 5 of being married. So we know what's up. We've been around with each other for a really long time, and right now it's a lot tighter than it was before. Before, we had a lot going on. We always hung out, always. So we have to sacrifice this year to get what we want accomplished. We want to be out of debt and we want a Tesla. Boom. Both those things can happen with saving and sacrificing, things of that nature. Now, I'm not saying I got to be out gone every second of the day, literally never see me. But at the same time, I cannot sacrifice a good day because you want to hang out and sit on the couch. I can't do that. We both know that doesn't pay the bills. If I could sit there and chill on the couch, trust me, I would do it. Trust me, I've seen myself do it, okay? I am down to just hang out on the couch. I am so down. But we're kind of getting like way sidetracked on this thing. So if you get on Instacart, make sure that you are out there enough to get to diamond, because that's the only way this is worth it. Because I've watched a lot of YouTubers out there and they definitely make it seem like it's not worth it because they'll be there for, like, let's just say they're going to work today. Today's their first day. They'll be working an 8-hour shift or something crazy, right? And they will have done maybe 5 trips. Maybe. And 5 batches as in like 5 batches as in like there's only 2 customers and they got 20 items and then they got 15 items and they got 10 items and they got 20 items. It's just small trips for like $10 to $20 and it took hours in between. So like their first hour was a lot of hour waiting, and then they finally get their first trip for $15. Like, it's not like DoorDash. DoorDash will count the minutes that you've been on and try and fill in those minutes throughout the hour. That, like, literally if you just accept whatever on DoorDash, you're gonna end well below $20 an hour. You kind of do have to cherry pick, but you have to do enough to stay in the tiers. You gotta stay in your platinum or stay in your gold or something. But you don't want to be at silver or down below, because those people aren't priority and they don't get any good trips. I've watched them all day on YouTube where they sit there and cherry pick, and it's only good for 2 to 3 hours, and you make $30 to $40, maybe even 50 to 60 at the very max. And he's like, yeah, if you look at the dollars per hour, yes, but none of them are ever over $100 within that 4 hours of work, which is $25 an hour. So whose way is really better? You know, like, you're $25 an hour and you're cherry picking. Yeah, sure, you may have beat me, but I've already been over the hours and I'm over $100. So in my 5 hours, I made my $100. In your 4 hours, you may have made one day work out for you for that $100. But for the most part, it's between 70 and 90. Mine consistently, as long as I put the work in, will always be at 100. When you go for that second 100, you could be out there all day. Like, oh my God, without Instacart, this DoorDash thing was not worth it, because I would literally, like, if you're talking about hours, I literally would wake up at 7 a.m. and work from 7 a.m. just to make $250. From 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. 2:30, 3 a.m. working crazy dangerous hours at this time for no reason, because DoorDash sends you on a lot of 5 to 6 to 7s and 8s and 9s and maybe a 10, and then every now and then they'll send you a 15 or a 20, and that's it. That's consistently what they send you all the time. So I just couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. So I ended up doing just Instacart. In a lot less hours, I can make exactly what I can make with DoorDash. And then let's say today's a $210 day and I only made $210. Then I could do DoorDash, because I know for facts DoorDash on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, doesn't matter what day, is at least good for $30 to $60 between 2 to 4 hours of work. Every time. I've never not made it. So if I just needed, because I want to make it to $250, right? I just need $40 to make it to $250. Then okay. And this is minus expenses too. This is minus whatever I ate on the road. I mean, I do bring my lunch, but I'm saying whatever I ate on the road, because every now and then I'll get something else, like at a store, that don't matter, whatever. Like today I got myself a Quest bar. It has 36 grams of protein. Very bomb. Oh my gosh. If you ever have a chance to get the peanut butter, the chocolate and peanut butter Quest bar, my gosh. So good. 0% added sugars. Fire. Oh gosh, I couldn't believe how good it tasted. I've never tasted a Quest bar, but we're getting sidetracked. Whatever, just try it out. Anyways, so for me, this is my market. I'm not going to speak for your market because I don't know where you're at. I don't really like think it's going to work the same exact ways unless you're willing to put in the work. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But I do know that it's worth giving a try in your market. And get up to Diamond Cart before you say, all right, it ain't going to work. Get up to Diamond Cart. I know it seems like a lot, but the more you accept, the more you get in there, the more you start getting these trips, they'll start sending you more. You'll get priority over the other people who are just not taking trips. I'm just saying, whenever they send you something like this, when you're starting out, you're going to take crap like this. I'll never take this trip. 5 miles, $10, 2 drop-offs, 15 items. That's horrible. That's But if I need that trip to get me one step closer to being Diamond, you're going to have to take it. And I've taken them. I have taken them. But now, I would never take that trip. That's next. I'll be looking at like, who takes these trips? I know who takes the trips. People who are just starting in the business. That's who takes these trips. I personally never took those trips nowadays. Before, of course, I had to take them. Because if you think about it, because you had to have, I'm not sure how many. It says 2,000 points. And I think every point is, I think, okay, in 90 days, you got to have 200 trips. That's what it is. So 90, because every trip is worth 10 points. So 200 trips is what it's going to take. You have 90 days to do it, and then if you hit it, you could like literally not do anything and do it here and there's and be good for the next 90 days. Like, so the next time that they look at my account for Diamond will be, as long as my ratings stay up, as long as my cancellation rate stays down, I'm all good. Where it starts to affect me is in December. So in December, it's going to review my account again and see how many trips I've done. And if I'm not over 200, then I'm going to drop down from whatever tier I'm at, which is at Diamond, down into Platinum, Gold, or just regular degular. And it's going to do that because of the fact that you have to have a certain amount of trips to stay in that program. It's so worth it. So worth it to keep your ratings high, keep these deliveries smooth. If try not to replace a bunch of stuff, and if you do replace stuff, try and replace it with something similar, nothing like oddball. Don't give me, if I ordered Gatorade, don't give me Powerade talking about the same thing. That's not the same thing, bro. Gatorade drinkers are Gatorade drinkers. You see what I'm saying? Powerade is Powerade. They taste similar to me, but not to the people who drink those things. Just like Pepsi and Coke, you know what I'm saying? Some people love Pepsi, some people love Coke. Don't give a Pepsi person a Coke. Okay? That to me, that's common sense, but these are bad replacements. They're just examples of bad replacements. So, what I want you to do is get to Diamond, try it out for a week as Diamond, and see if it's worth it to you. And if you're out here enough, you should be making anywhere between $1,000 to $1,400 per week consistently. And if you're not, it's because either A, your grind ain't right, or B, your market just ain't busy enough to even sustain that. But you'll know that trying to get to 200 because it'll take you so long to even get close to there, and you might even fall short. That's how you know your market is not no bueno, bro. It's not gonna work out for you, bro. Okay? So yes, this video is all about Instacart, all about gig work, and all about the good stuff. That's not what this channel is about. Don't come to me looking at me like I'm the gig lord or something, bro. I'm just telling you how my experience is with what I do, which is Instacart, and I revealed that I do Instacart, so I want to at least, give you a little bit of insight, okay? I appreciate you guys. Definitely leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you are brand new. Subscribe, because my returning people, I see them. My new people, I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't, okay? So if you're returning, make sure you've subscribed, okay? And if you're first time here, make sure you subscribed, okay? Leave a comment, like the video, bang, 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 bang. Peace!